And so my number one reason on why the Falcons could be a top 10 offense, this is going to shock everyone. You guys didn't see this coming. Let me guess. You think Lamar Jackson could really excel this Falcons team, and the Falcons are not going to have a good offseason unless they pick up Lamar Jackson. Was that reason number one? How did you predict that? We never talk about Lamar Jackson going to the Falcons. Never. What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. So this video is probably not supposed to be made before the NFL draft because I know your team can drastically change in just one draft. But even if the draft never had to happen, I still think that this unit for the Atlanta Falcons, they could still be a top 10 offense in 2023. And why is that? And this is both including if the draft never happened, but it obviously will. So what I'm trying to say is, with and without the draft, I think we could be a top 10 offense. And in this video, we're going to go over 4 quick reasons as to why that is, starting right now. So the first reason is because the Falcons actually were a top 10 scoring unit early on. I remember that Seahawks game week 3 of last year. I can't remember when in the game. It was like kind of near the ending, but I remember the announcers were like, man, this Falcons offense is a top 10 scoring unit. And then I said it in my reaction video when they won. I was like, yeah, see, Arthur Smith has a top 10 scoring unit. So already we are capable of it. Now, the Falcons did not finish the year as a top 10 scoring unit. In fact, they didn't really even come close. When I looked at how they finished the year, according to ESPN's statistics, it was a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. They finished the 24th best offense of 32 teams and second to last in passing offense. Now, they did finish third in rushing offense, but that does kind of lead into reason number 2 is because I do think that those stats are a little deceiving. Reason number 2 is Desmond Ridder is going to have a full season to prove himself. You do realize 13 out of 17 games last year were played with Marcus Mariota as our quarterback. That just speaks for itself. Like, there's a reason we were second to last in passing offense, but third in rushing offense. And not even just that. Desmond Ridder only had 4 games in. 4 games in, a third round rookie quarterback. Does anyone think that Desmond Ridder, a third round rookie quarterback, is just going to be who we want him to be in his first 4 freaking games? His first 4. And the first 2 games were like the worst possible situations for him. Like, his first game was at New Orleans, tough environment to play in, and a very tough defense. I'm pretty sure the Saints had a statistical top 10 defense that year, I think. And they also had Ryan Nielsen, who we're familiar with. And then the second game, they had to face John Harbaugh's defense in Baltimore. Now, it got a little easier for him as they played the lifeless Cardinals and then the Bucs that were resting their starters at home. And yeah, those are easy teams to beat, but at least, for one thing, we beat them, and 2, that Desmond Ridder improved. That's what you want to see. But it's, being second to last in passing offense, I just think it's a little deceiving because of who the quarterback was last year and how little playing time Desmond Ridder got. And it's just finally time we see him get like a full go at this. But it's not just that. Here's another reason why I think those stats that I listed off where they were, 24th in offense is a little deceiving because the help that they're getting this year is way better than it was last year. Guys, Kyle Pitts was injured like basically throughout the 2022 season, basically. But even when he was in, they obviously didn't know how to utilize him. Everyone was complaining about that. Drake London was a rookie receiver. Obviously, a rookie receiver is not really just supposed to know what he's doing right away. And then the other receivers we got, Damiere Byrd, and then Kaderil Hodge. I mean, like, really? Like, you look at Marcus Mariota, a rookie Desmond Ridder, and then an injured Kyle Pitts, rookie Drake London, Kaderil Hodge, and then freaking Damiere Byrd. You think that's supposed to be in the top 10? It was there for a little bit, but they were never going to finish top 10. Well, this year's a little different. I know I just mentioned that Desmond Ridder is about to get a full year of being a starter, so we'll see what he's got. And by the way, even if he doesn't do good, you got a pretty good backup in Taylor Heineke that can still do some pretty good things for you. But anyway, you bring in Jonnu Smith. We're all pretty familiar with him. And then you also bring in Matt Collins, who had a pretty good year last year, 690 yards and 4 touchdowns after 57 receptions. You bring in Scotty Miller. Drake London is going to be entering year 2, so he's got more experience. And then you got Kyle Pitts, who possibly is moving to wide receiver so he can be utilized more, and hopefully he's healthy. What I'm basically saying is, and then Arthur Smith, who I still believe is a great play caller. Also a great rushing attack for Desmond Ridder and company to get a little bit of a break so they're not passing all game. And I almost forgot to mention that it's not just the offensive help that could help this team succeed. I don't know how confident I feel in the defense being a top 10 unit for the Falcons, but it's definitely better than last year. And when you have a good defense, I mean, it puts a little bit of weight off of your offense shoulders, right? Like, it gives them a little bit of a break. This defense is bringing in Ryan Nielsen, a young new defensive coordinator, Calais Campbell coming in, Jesse Bates, probably Christian Gonzalez. So the defense could give the offense a bit of a break so they're not fatigued, is what I'm saying. So there's just a lot better help coming in than there was last year. And then the last reason is because, guys, you think that Arthur Smith and company doesn't know what's at stake here? Like, you think they don't know that this is a pretty big year for everyone here? Terry Fontenot knew it. I mean, yeah, sure, he had more money than he did last year, but he went aggressive and got Calais Campbell, Jesse Bates, and is probably going to draft well. Arthur Smith, you think that he just doesn't know that this is going to be year 3 and he has to make playoffs this year? And Desmond Ridder has to be good if he wants to keep the starting spot, considering he was only a 3rd-round pick. Like, they know how big of a year this is, So I think this is going to be a pretty big year for the Falcons, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And I will see you guys with a video this Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Love and appreciate y'all for the support. And as always, rise up.